Hi bowl bakers. Bread making does not have to be a scary process or a long process. I'm going to show you how you can make some amazing flatbread using just 3 ingredients that you probably already have in your kitchen, and you can do it all under an hour. The recipe can be found on biggerbolderbaking.com along with all of my other recipes. So first things first, the most important ingredient in bread is flour. So here I have some all-purpose flour or plain flour. You can also use whole wheat flour, chickpea flour, or a gluten-free substitute that will work really well. So our next ingredient is baking powder. Now this is going to help your bread rise and create those lovely little bubbles. Then all you want to do is just give these a little mix together. So one of the reasons this bread is so fast and easy is because it doesn't contain yeast. The baking powder is going to be the raising agent. So it just makes it really simple. Okay, lovely. So our third and final ingredient is yogurt. Now you can use plain yogurt or you can even use Greek yogurt. The one thing you want to make sure you don't do is use like a vanilla flavored yogurt, because that's not going to taste good. Okay, lovely. What did I tell you? 3 ingredients, simple, no machine needed. We're just going to now mix it up by hand. So you get to a stage with this dough where it's starting to come together, but not really. So what we're going to do is go in with our hands and then just pull it together until it forms a ball. So now if you have never made bread before but want to, this is a fantastic kind of gateway to bread making. It's really, really easy recipe. You do not need a machine. 3 ingredients. I mean, it doesn't get much easier, and the results are pretty amazing. Once you go in with your hand, it'll just take around a minute to bring it together. Okay, lovely. Now, if you haven't seen me do this before, this is a sign of a good dough. A ball and a clean bowl. This is what we're going for. It's going to be a lovely bread. So now just gently flour your surface and turn out your dough. So this piece of dough makes 6 flatbreads. So all you want to do is just cut it in to 6 even size pieces. So then with your little pieces of dough, just roll them into a little ball. This will make it much easier for us to roll them into a circle. So here's my dough. Now I already tell this is going to be really lovely to work with because it's soft. It's just going to be absolutely fantastic. So onto a floured surface, I'm going to put it down, and I have a rolling pin here, and you can roll these straight away. It's not like a yeasted dough where you have to wait, let it rest, wait for it to proof, anything like that. This is so fast. Like I said, you can do it under an hour. So just roll these out, try and get a round circle. It's not always easy. But you know what? If it's not round, at the end of the day, it's still amazing homemade bread, so no one's going to be complaining. Just roll it out to around 8 inches by 8 inches. It will roll out nice and thick. And if you need a little bit extra flour sprinkled on there, go right ahead. Wow, I'm actually surprised that this came out kind of round. Great, our first flatbread. So here I have my secret ingredient, garlic butter. All this is a little bit of crushed up garlic in some melted butter, and it absolutely smells amazing. So what I'm going to do is just brush this quite generously on the side that is facing you of the dough. So just one side all around. This is going to give your bread really great flavor. And if you're having it with curries or something like that, forget about it. Gorgeous. So over here on the stove, I have a frying pan, a nice big one. Now this is non-stick, so it's going to make it really easy to cook your bread. Now I'm going to turn this on to a medium heat and just let it come to temperature, not too hot where it's smoking, not too low. We just want to get it a nice medium heat. So it's been a few minutes. I can tell that my pan is nice and warm. Just carefully take your bread dough and then garlic butter side down, place it onto your frying pan. Now all you want to do is just let this cook for around 2 to 3 minutes on each side. I'm going to go ahead and roll out the rest of my flatbreads. Okay, so give it a little peek. This is lovely golden brown, so we're going to flip it over and give it around 2 minutes on this side. Now one of the really fun things about this, look at the bread, it bubbles up when you turn over and it gets really lovely and airy. This is just awesome bread. I get asked a lot, what is my favorite thing to make? And hands down, it's bread. Because you take a few simple ingredients and you can create hundreds, if not thousands, of different types of breads. This is just an example. If you go on my website, you will see I have lots of breads that are no knead, that have a little bit of yeast, that have no yeast, loads of different options for you to try. So for this recipe, I put the nutritional value and the calorie count on my website for those of you who are interested in it. Okay, so it's been a few minutes. I can see underneath is lovely and brown now. So I'm going to lay it into my basket, and then I'm going to sprinkle over some fresh parsley. And then just continue cooking off the rest of your flatbreads. Oh my gosh, these smell amazing. So if you're in the middle of making dinner like a curry and you realize you want some bread, whip these up and you'll have them ready in no time at all. So my favorite part of bread is ripping it open. And just look at that. You see the bubbles that we created? It's really thin, almost like a buttery kind of a dough. This bread is kind of similar to a tortilla or even like a lavash. It is great to have with curries, stews, or even as a wrap. Oh my gosh. It's crispy and soft at the same time. Without a doubt, this is an incredible recipe. 3 ingredients, no oven needed, all with under an hour. It's kind of hard to believe. This bread is the definition of a no-fuss recipe that anyone can make. If you make it, rate it on my website because I would love to know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you back here really soon for more bigger, bolder baking.